What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. How's it going? And we are talking about Jesus Coin today for Diesel Killer, for Logan Price Official, and for User. You all three requested this one. You think it's been enough time that I haven't talked about it. You want to hear what my thoughts are. I want to hear what my thoughts are, man, because yes, I've been watching the charts. Yes, truth be told, I actually wanted to make a video on it yesterday because I did say that I wanted to talk about it whenever things were more interesting. And what did we do? Well, I say yesterday, but the day before, this day just closed on me. So yesterday, I mean this day here. For me, it's still technically this day. It's still the 18th, but where I'm at in the world. But on this day, we closed below the 382. We closed below this previous area of price action. I wanted to make a video on this day because that was exciting. That was different. And here we are finding resistance at the 382. You guys, things are getting serious. Things are getting serious. It's not common to find support on the 0.5, but we did. But we moved up to the 382, and now we're finding some turbulence. If we turn back around, absolutely I would believe that we go down to 6017, and that's fine. That's still fine. That'd be a higher low still. And if we can get that higher low right at the golden ratio, beautiful. Get the higher low right at here. Let me show you. Right at this previous area where we found support here, beautiful. That's great. It's good structure. And then also, to boot, this daily is coming up here. Maybe we find support right off it again, right? The last time, literally, the last time that we found support on it, we went up 142% in less than 10 days. So I'm not afraid of that at all, and I hope nobody else is. But there is the potential, of course, that we could go lower. There is. Absolutely there is. We're not in an established uptrend yet. I have been saying, and it's been a second since I've talked about it, right? Because the last video I made was like right around here. I think it was on this day, if not this day. It was whenever the first day was red on the Heikinashi. It was this day, so the 12th, which was this day. What was I about to say? Oh, I have been saying that we need a higher high, which we got. We got this higher high here, and now we need a higher low. And I was saying this could have been the higher low, but I wasn't totally convinced yet, right? We didn't do what we needed to do to make that convincing. But this could be the higher low. We could go lower and find a higher low. We could go even a little lower and find a higher low. We could go even lower and find a double bottom. As long as we find some kind of low and then move up and get above this high again, that's all we need. That's all we need. And we can even go below that low and still be fine, but it wouldn't be ideal. But we could still and be fine in the more immediate term. Overall, I think Jesus Coin is fine. It's just talking about the more immediate term stuff. Are we going to continue to go down or are we going to go up? That's the real question, right? The Heikinashi here, definitely in a red trend still. Today, with the way that it looks, does have the precipice, I think I'm using that word right, to move up, to be a green day, to be flipped. And yes, we had one day flip green here, but to flip this day green would be nice. If it doesn't happen today, it can happen the next day or something like that, as long as we stall. But we really might continue to move lower. So let's look at some RSIs. Let's stop talking the talk and let's walk the walk now. So let's move this down to the 10. Looking at the RSI right now, we do have a nice little bounce here right off the 40, an area that we found resistance on before. That's nice. Bearish area of control, rejected it. That's nice. Unfortunately, what we did do was this one exciting thing that we had, of a couple exciting things that we did, was we broke out of this trend. Not only did we break back into it, but we found resistance like right smack dab on that line. So that's not encouraging. So let's get above that. Let's continue this bounce off the 40 and get back above it. Let's do that. Let's be done with this potential downtrend that we have in the RSI, because if it continues, if it persists, I have a feeling it won't end until we're in the oversold zone, and that would probably take us substantially lower than where we are now, which is great for anybody looking to buy this thing. Top to bottom, and I want to say something real quick, and I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, okay? Everybody keeps talking about the tier 1 exchange getting listed. It's all rumors, okay? There's as far as I know, there's no facts that say that. We all believe it's going to happen. I believe that inevitably, yes, Jesus Coin will get listed on more exchanges. Whether it's a tier 1 exchange, like that's left for the perception of the beholder. What's a tier 1 exchange? Because I doubt it gets listed on Binance. I doubt it gets listed on Coinbase. I doubt it gets listed on Kraken. anytime soon. Maybe down the road. I'm not saying I doubt it inevitably, but I do doubt it immediately. I bet the first exchange it gets listed on, if it's a tier 1 exchange that's like a true tier 1 exchange, if anything, would be KuCoin. And that would be big. That would be really big, you guys, if we got listed on KuCoin. But I don't know if we will. Maybe we get listed on some other exchanges that are a lot smaller. Maybe we get listed on CoinEx or BitTrue or MEXC, which MEXC would be pretty cool. And that's an up-and-coming one. Maybe we get listed on CRO, Crypto.com. Maybe we get listed on something else. Maybe it's a exchange that we've never heard of before. But tier 1, I think that's debatable, right? I doubt that we're going to get listed on Coinbase, Binance, or Kraken. I doubt that we are. KuCoin, maybe. But I also doubt that that's going to happen soon. Soon being this year, sure. Soon being this month, probably not. Soon being next month, probably not. We probably won't get listed. You want to know when Jesus Coin's going to get listed on an exchange? It's going to be when we're at the new highs. It's going to be, you're going to know that this exchange listing is coming soon whenever we see price action doing this, right? That's when we're going to see it. We're not going to see it down here. They don't list, exchanges don't list at the lows. They list at the highs, and then they dump it on the retail. That's what they do. And they're the ones scooping it up, driving the price up in the first place. But enough about that. Let's get back to the TA. I just wanted to squash that because I see that all over the place. It seems to be this like reoccurring rumor that happens, and I get it, guys. I'm excited about it too. I'm not trying to be a total downer about it, but I'm just trying to be realistic, right? I'm trying to be a voice of reason. Some of you hate that. Some of you really appreciate it. I know I would appreciate it. So regardless if you like it or love it, that's what you get. I'm gonna be real with you guys. And right now, truly speaking, I do anticipate that we'll get a higher low, and I do anticipate that we'll move up. It would be really nice if we had some kind of W pattern form. That would be really, really nice. Even if we came down and formed a double bottom, that's okay too. And if we formed a slightly lower low, that's okay, as long as we can get above this high. This is like the next big thing, guys. This high level is a very critical point for Jesus Coin right now. When we get above on a daily basis, when we close above 6.03026, it's on. It is on. And it might not be on immediately, but it's on in the sense of I'm not concerned about going below this anymore, right? I'm not that concerned about it now, but there's a little bit of concern. We get above it here, that concern just goes away entirely. Like I very much, unless it's a fake out, which that can happen too. You need confirmation, of course. But breaking out above here would take away all my worries that we go below here. And truthfully speaking, I'm not really worried if we go below there. I kind of want I want us to go up in the immediate term because I want to see my bags just go green, of course. But if we go below here, that means that we're probably going to go to the land of the 7 zeros again. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to scoop some Jesus Coins up if we go down there again, guys. Like, I'm going to scoop up a lot if we go down there. I'm not going to throw a whole bunch of money, but it would go over a lot more. The bang for your buck would go over a lot more down there than it does here. So I would definitely throw some more cash in. If not, I'm just going to be sitting on my bags. So inevitably, if it did go down there, inevitably when it came back up, or it goes up now, the money would be bigger here for me personally than it would be here. But immediately I would like to see it go up, of course. But I don't know about you guys. Of course, nobody likes to see their investments go down, but I'm not anticipating that at the moment, though I would say that I leave the door open for that to happen. It's not convincing yet that won't happen. Top to bottom here, we didn't even hit the 1618. That's not a good thing. That's really not a good thing, actually, you guys. It's actually a bearish thing. Not only that, but we rejected the 618 area. We didn't even hit it. We got front ran by it, right? Bounced off the 382, rejected the 0.5, and now we're below the 382, potentially rejecting the 382. That's not a good look. That's really not a good look. You want to be doing this kind of constructive stuff, but to the upside. So I'm giving you bullish things. I'm giving you bearish things. The real bullish thing to look for would be, again, to hold this level on a daily closing basis. We can go below it, and that's fine. And then the next thing, like the last line of hope, would be to hold this level on a daily closing basis. But I would think, before I was saying if we went down below here that I'm not worried about it as long as we don't close below there. I'm starting to think now if we do go below this line that it might not be a good thing. So let's not do that. Those are the things to watch out for the bearish side. Again, for the bullish side, close above there on a daily basis. We do that at any point in time right now, guys. I'm convinced that's the low. We're done. It's only up from here. And it relatively speaking, of course, it's only up from here. Or maybe I should say midterm to long-term thinking, it's only up from here. But relatively speaking, we're still left with kind of a question mark. I do anticipate that we will find a higher low if we haven't found it already, but we don't know. We really don't know. So I want to look at the 4 hour now. Looking at this 4 hour here, playing around with everyone's hearts, right? Bullish engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle, bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish, right? Just some classic stuff. That's what you get whenever you have low liquidity, low volume, right? Here we are getting a higher high in your RSI, potentially rejecting off the 50 while having a very symmetrical high with what you had before. That's not a good look, you guys. It's not a good look. Already in a downtrend, that is what they call hidden bearish divergence. So automatically my bias would be that we go lower than this low. But again, that doesn't mean that it's all over. That doesn't mean that it's all said and done. But I would think that we go lower than that low. Let's look at the more relative fibs here. Low to high. Yeah, you know, you rejected your 886 after finding support on your 1414. You went deeper to your 1618. Now see that's kind of a nice thing. You kind of front ran your 1618 here. I think they call that a morning star. I know that might sound blasphemous. Yes, isn't that what Lucifer means, is morning star? If that offends you, that shouldn't. That's like, I'm just quoting stuff, you know, like literally from Christianity. Like that is, I'm pretty sure it's a fact, right? Lucifer is morning star. I'm not saying it like that's a good thing. I'm just stating it as a fact. And I think the reason I'm bringing that up again is that I think that's called a morning star. I'm going to look it up right now. Patternsite.com, if you ever want to look up your own stuff, it is a glossary, man. It's great. Morning doji star. Yeah, morning star. Oh, look at that. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. So yeah, that's a morning star, which actually, let's get to this here. Bullish reversal. Hey. I like that, Thomas Bulkowski. Thank you. Thomas Bulkowski is the guy that made this site. That's why I'm saying his name. Hey, not bad, but don't turn around here. Keep going up. If you go down, it's okay, but you know, it would be really nice even if you were to come down, if you held that and you had kind of like an inverse head and shoulders pattern on a 4 hour. But really just keep going is what I'd like to see. Even if you go below here, it's not all over, but I'm sure I speak for more than just myself when I say I would like to see this thing hit. If it doesn't hit here and go up, we might go down, and the next best hope, which I also think would look really good, is bouncing right off that blue line. But man, I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. I got nothing else to say really. We are still red on the Heikinashi. As long as we're doing that, I'm not too excited for the upside. I'm getting a little bit more excited. We are doing some interesting stuff. But to be fair, we broke below the 382. We broke below this 382, right? Not only that 382, but top to bottom here. We broke below that 382. They're actually very well in line, and that actually happens. If you ever take any chart from top to bottom, if you draw the top to the 618 from the same low, the 382s, they line up. It's just how it is. Not like precisely, but pretty damn close they do. That's literally how they are. So here you are finding resistance on this 382, that 382. Get above it. Get back above it, man. Getting above that level would be really nice to see. That'd be very encouraging, but I'm not convinced that we're out of the woods yet until we close above here. Okay, that's the area to watch. If you're bullish on this thing, you want to see it go up in the immediate terms, that's the area to watch. That literally will absolve any bearishness that I have at all. And I can be wrong. We could close just because, I want to be correct in saying this, just because we close above here does not mean that it's go time just yet. We need to close and confirm. We need to close, get above, find support, whatever, confirm. We need to close, continue to grow, whatever. So some kind of confirmation, not just a day or two of closing and then boom, back down. You know, that would not look good. That would actually look very bad if we did something like that, where we closed above it and then got back down. That would be a fake out. We don't want that. So stuff to watch out for, stuff to look forward to, stuff like that. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. I am optimistic. Even if we go down, I'm optimistic, but we'll keep an eye on this thing as it goes on, you know, especially if it does more interesting stuff. So thank you all for coming. Hit that like button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.